making your job suck just a little bit less.
Cushy.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
And he strikes him out. He went to 100 miles an hour to end the ball game. So the Red Sox take the series. They win this one today 9-4. On the road, the Red Sox now 16-14. Now have to figure out how to win games at Fenway Park, which has been a gigantic puzzle. But a couple of nice wins here in Cleveland.
It's hour number 2. Red Sox over the weekend. Okay, why don't you deal with 14 different things and host the show? Please go ahead while you take your shots.
I'm trying to click right. Where's it at, T-Bone?
This T-Bone teaches me how to break paywalls.
Let's not make this like a thing.
Paywalls suck. God, they suck.
Oh, man. Red Sox over the weekend. You watching them still? You guys
I went to something yesterday that we'll talk about down the road here.
Oh, excuses.
Today. No, I was at a thing yesterday
Excuses
that I shouldn't have been at.
So. The Red Sox the last couple of days look good. They look
to what end?
They look good. They're scoring runs.
9-4, 9-1.
And the fact is, they have scored so few runs this year that when they score 9 runs, even if they're just adding on useless ones after the fact, you don't care. You're like, all right, baseball, scoring runs.
They can do it.
Holy crap, look at that. Wow, Jarren Duran did it again. I mean, it's just so rare that they do it, that when it happens, like it did, 18 runs over 2 days, that doesn't happen at any point this season. So that's why they looked good.
Maybe they're playing up to their projections, Beetle.
Not really.
3 games back in the wild card, 5 teams they have to leapfrog.
Again, well, how many games are they out of last place?
There we go.
Yep.
That's how I'm going to do this all year long. Tell me how many games
4.
out of 4. So they're closer to the wild card than they are last place. Damn, that's see, they did have a good weekend. They did.
Even Durbin.
How about that? They're only 8 games under 500 now. That's great. Good for them. Love that for them.
Extension coming up for Breslow?
Awesome. So anyway, yeah. No, listen, I expect nothing from this team. I don't believe that they're going anywhere. I think most people agree with that. And I also think there's something brewing.
What, for a big-time player coming in?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I texted you guys over the weekend, and you didn't even answer me. You guys. Thanks a lot for that. You want to read the text?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't answer me sometimes. So I got you back.
Not your TikTok links.
Yeah, I actually
don't always
probably got buried.
I will actually text a sports take, not like Zoe sending us videos of him looking at hamburgers in the case at Donna Ana Meat Market. You know what I mean? Like,
Those did look good.
It gets buried by those.
It's just how big the steaks were.
Someone sends something of substance and then Zoe buries it with like a TikTok or a meat video.
Right.
Oh my goodness, there's so many texts in here and so many videos.
It's been popping off since Tyler left.
All right.
Who? How's his nipples?
I said, I know it's the norm in the Premier League to bleep can managers all the time. But did you guys see that Liverpool dumped their guy this morning? Nobody answered. Nobody answers me.
I don't even think I saw that, to be honest with
I
you.
don't even know what that
That was
means. Like, I don't even know what
They sacked the manager.
I know it's soccer, but like...
Okay, he's been there for 2 seasons. This was his 2nd season he just completed. Do you know what he did in his 1st season?
Won
the championship.
Yeah.
That'd be like firing Cora after 2019, which, you know, he got into his own set of issues there. But hey, by guy, he did get himself fired. But you know what I mean? Without a scandal, just losing, firing a manager a year removed from winning it all. And I know that that's different there. And again, it's just like the norm. Like, I get out. I love it. I'm a big fan of that, by the way. It makes me want to become a fan of the sport.
Closer to what the Knights did to Bruce Cassidy.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes. And it's the opposite of what I think is in the DNA of Henry and FSG. Even though in that sport it is sort of the norm. And I feel like, you know, what they said after that, you could apply to this team. You know, not wanting to continue to have patience or something along those lines. You You look at it, you say, well, this is not good enough, and we need to be better, and we're going to have some sort of action that will speak louder than just saying it'll be okay and we have good internal projections and blah, blah, blah. So that was one thing. We can talk more about how that sort of relates to this. But the other thing is, we had played that clip of Theo on that podcast that he went on a few weeks back.
I haven't heard from him in, over 2 years? And then all of a sudden he just
pops up, and then as he's asked about the Red Sox, which he now refers to them as, not us or we, but the Red Sox, and he actually works for the team, so he should be referring it to us or we. He said that Craig Breslow had done an excellent job with pitching and defense. Which, anytime I hear anyone bragging about their defense in baseball or how they've constructed a team to be defensively sound, I feel it totally misses the boat, because you should not construct a team based on gloves.
Right.
Because the gloves also have to go to the plate and bat.
Yep. Pitching and hitting. Yeah. 1, 2.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a balance there. I get it. You don't want guys that are total slugs in the field. But the reality is, you can afford a couple of guys who are, spectacular defenders. Some shortstop who hits 215 always. You can get away with that as long as you have other guys who can, by the way, hit.
Yes.
So it's like pitching.
Carry the offense.
Pitching, yes. He definitely got that part right. The starting pitching on this team is good, especially when healthy. Sure, I'll give you that. That's great. That's a hard thing to do historically, but not more recently. Everybody seems to have good pitching these days. Pitching is dominating hitters. Mm-hmm. So, debatable, but good. I'll give you credit for it. No problem. You got a good staff. I'll give you credit. Your defense, I don't give a damn. But it felt like an endorsement of Craig Breslow from Theo, didn't it?
Yes.
Didn't it feel like he was speaking from inside, from the ownership level, which is, we know.
He's nailed the 2/3 of it. He's trying to now go acquire bats. We got to get some bats.
We got to get hit, and we got to figure that part out.
He's working hard at it.
We're on the way.
Mm-hmm. He said he was churning. He was working hard at it.
I took it to be some sort of tacit endorsement of Breslow. Or like, they're not even upset, are they?
Yeah,
they're just happy that they're not spending money.
It felt like he's defending the new way you do baseball.
Or the way this guy does baseball.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. And maybe Theo heard that over the last few weeks, that people took his comments to mean that Brez was doing a good job. Because now today, from Tim Healy, apparently Brez is not doing a good job, McCone?
No, he is not. Huge story in the Globe today about Craig Breslow, and if the Sox are in a better position now than if they when they were when he first took over the organization. And a part of this is about Theo. He writes, Theo Epstein has been disappointed by the Sox' intense analytical direction under Breslow, multiple league sources said. Quote, Theo was an all forms of information guy, said one evaluator who was with the Sox during the Epstein era. He didn't just live on Carmine. He listened to people. And they go on to talk about how all these other organizations, the Dodgers and Andrew Friedman and what he's doing there, and the Yankees, have this blend where they have these special advisors that were former players that they actually lean on for advice too, and blend the analytics. And it's not just Carmine, the computer, what's it spitting out, but they actually have takes from players that played the game as well. And you mix that baseball, and you communicate that stuff as well. And the communication continuing to be a huge problem for Craig Breslow.
What?
Can I read you this part? I gasped when I heard this.
The effing stiff is having an issue talking? What do you mean?
Pete Abe's had this one a couple months, 2 or 3 months ago, right? About the communication?
Well, it's been a problem. We heard about it during the Devers trade. We heard about it exactly when the Cora stuff came down a couple months ago. There was a lack of communication as well. He writes, when Breslow was hired, he looked like the best of both worlds. An Ivy Leaguer who played for a long time, but according to people who know him, in this role he has leaned way more into his Yale self than his player self. Multiple officials noted that Breslow, universally regarded as an extremely intelligent guy, might benefit from having an interpreter of sorts, someone with a more traditional baseball fabric and personable demeanor who can convey the front office's message. Quote, people probably wrongly assumed, hey, he played baseball. He doesn't need that, one source said. Oh, my God. So you have a guy that just leans on the computer, analytics, 100%, way too much analytics for Theo's taste, And by the way, he can't talk to people.
Can he just get an interpreter for when he speaks to the press too?
If you need an interpreter, again, shut it down. What are we doing? Why is he in charge?
No one who needs an interpreter.
He's a 13th pick.
To be able to communicate within said industry, of any industry, should be the guy put in charge. No, that's a bad idea. That should be universally accepted as a terrible idea. You don't put someone in the lead role who doesn't have the ability to talk to the people who work for him about the thing they do, about baseball, right?
Quote, people probably wrongly assume, hey, he played, he doesn't need that, one source said. They're telling you he can't talk. You might think he played baseball so he knows how to talk to people. Wrong. He can't talk to anybody.
It just confirms everything we've seen publicly is how it goes privately.
Imagine going out for a beer with him.
No, I wouldn't want to.
No,
that would be
like,
painful.
You know, like when they put the square napkin down to put the drink on? Like, I'll take it off and I'll use it to wipe something, or I'll put the drink back on the bar. He probably just keeps the napkin there, puts the drink right back down, picks the drink up with two hands, sips it, puts it back down.
I'll have a glass of milk, please.
Yeah. Can I just have grenadine and ice, please?
Can I be super judgy of Craig Breslow for a minute?
Please.
And I don't mean as a baseball GM. I say judgy because this feels kind of unfair to be so judgmental of a guy I don't know. Why does he want to run a baseball team? By all accounts, he's effing brilliant, right? Went to Yale and he didn't just study, communication, as we know. He studied like biochemistry. What is his? Hold on.
Go do what Mayo's doing. Like work for a business.
How is hiring?
How is a guy who's that brilliant? And by the way, I believe that. Like,
he sounds brilliant.
Universally accepted as being a brilliant human being.
Some people that are too brilliant, they have the inability to communicate with people because they're so so far.
Those same sources that are calling him out say that this is a brilliant guy. But he just can't talk to people.
Don't you believe them? Don't you think he's brilliant?
Yeah.
Does that mean he's brilliant at building a baseball team?
No.
It doesn't. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that that's what he's good at.
We sit here.
This is why I ask, why does this guy want... Oh, I'm going to find it.
Like, we talk about Howie Roseman.
Oh, my God. He's got quite a Wikipedia entry.
We talk about Howie Roseman. Like, he may be a little bit overrated as a GM, but seems like he's got a pretty good feel for the game and what his team needs. And when his team has a need, he goes and gets it.
Double major. You ready for this? Molecular biophysics and biochemistry. What are you doing trying to find right-handed bats? Yeah. No offense, man, but like, why do you even care for this?
Yeah, go make fat shots.
Yeah, someone that brilliant.
All because he throws
being
with his
reduced
left
to the guy who just because he was able to throw a baseball with his left hand
in a role that doesn't even exist anymore because you got to face 3 batters
because his people got rid of it.
Yes,
right.
His kind. His nerdy self was part of the movement of getting rid of those people and moving the game along.
Yeah.
Right? No, the lefty short reliever, not a thing anymore.
Get the lefty bat out.
He wouldn't have a job anymore in this sport as a player.
It's interesting how Theo's starting to be heard from, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you have this stuff from Theo and sources around Theo, and then you have this article drop in the Boston Globe, my guess is he's not going to have this job for much longer either. This is really the beginning of the end.
Same with the head of core. Like, hey, we got enough of a sampling. We know we want to move in a different direction. Now you've seen it post-Cora. Now you've seen what this guy's done. Going all the way back to last year, it might be time to move on. Find number 14 who wants to take over the CEO or chief baseball, CBA, whatever the hell it's called. CBO, chief baseball officer.
Yeah.
Find the 14th guy that applied last year.
The CBO.
The Kobo.
Make sure the guy does dip, a little Copenhagen. Spit sunflower seeds or something. Somebody's got to
be like,
a little bit of fill for the game.
Yeah, right. Theo should be like, you know what? Just let me do this quick.
Let me get us out of this.
All right. Give me.
I'll do the deadline.
I'll do the deadline. Yeah, get back. I don't want to do this job anymore, but I used to love the excitement of it. So give me the good stuff. Yeah. Right? I'll do the good stuff. I'll do the fun stuff. The fun stuff of being the GM is the deadline or going into free agency with a blank check.
Yep.
That's the fun stuff.
Yeah, Theo said he watched a couple minutes at one game of the Red Sox.
But Theo, I think, heard what some people have said about what he said on Breslow, saying, oh, look at this. Look at this endorsement of Breslow. And he's like, whoa.
That was...
whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not endorsing this guy. That's not my guy. I was trying to just get out of answering the question and be kind of nice.
I'm not going to bury the guy, right?
You know what I'll do? In true Red Sox fashion, I'm going to tell you one thing publicly, and then I'm going to bury the guy, and I'm going to show you that he's on his way out. In fact, I don't think this is the only thing they've leaked to bury Breslow. This is the start of it. I think he's on his way out. More on that is coming next.
Nothing happens in Boston sports
What's he doing?
you won't find out about here.
Blowing on the nozzle.
Zolak and Bertrand.
Thought it was clogged.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
That's one thing. This leak
Dorks.
that's out there in the Healy story that Breslow can't communicate and needs an interpreter
Nerd alert.
inside the organization.
That's unbelievable.
He's incapable of talking to other people that do the same type of job and same work in the same industry that he works in. He's having a hard time getting across what it is that he wants to do or intends to do or any of it.
Yeah. Well, you see him, it's just his nickname must be electric. He just looks like a dude. Just hey man, this guy's a fun guy. Looks like a complete dork.
I also think that there's something else that has already been put out there that I think is a really important tidbit, and I give credit to Chris Gasper for picking up on this because I heard him mention this over the weekend. And I think the fact that this is out there about the Red Sox tells you a little something, and that is that the internal projections for this team were in the mid-90s. This is a story that was now published a full month ago by Sean McAdam and Chris Cotillo, and I think we actually read parts of it after the Cora firing. The headline was what we're hearing on why the Red Sox fired Alex Cora and the fallout of the shocking news. They wrote in that story, while some in the front office viewed the 2026 Red Sox and their potentially elite pitching staff to have the potential for a win total in the mid-90s, coaches and players quietly entered the year with lower expectations because of the offensive deficiencies on the roster. A further disconnect between the organization's data models and the eye test related to the logjam of outfield and designated hitter type players. How do you get the info that the internal projections are in the mid-90s? You could have gotten it from the coaches, but it's out there now. And I think that being out there tells you that ownership must look at this and say, how do you project that we're going to be in the mid-90s and tell me as the boss, right? It's not John Henry's job to figure out how many wins the team is going to have or to figure out who the best players are with the resources that are given to the GM. And again, it's not enough. He doesn't spend enough. That part, he is to blame. But if he's in charge of a team, he owns the thing, and the guy is telling him, hey, I'm in charge of baseball, we're good. This team's going to win in the mid-90s. And then you see this slop that's out there every day for the last 2 months. Don't you say, oh, damn, I hired a guy who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. This guy's an idiot. And he's full of it. And if he really believes that we were going to be in the mid-90s, then he does not know what he's looking at, and he doesn't know how to do this job.
Maybe his algorithm is off a little bit here. And to your point, too, I forget whose story it was when Cora first got fired. And you just touched on it, the big difference between the coaches that were down there for spring training, looking at this team going, we might have some issues here, versus what Craig Breslow was saying. And again, it ties back into what Tim Healy talked about with the Dodgers, where he writes, they have a tendency to collect former big leaguers as special advisor types whose opinions they seek. So it's not just numbers and analytics, but it's also former big leaguers and projecting. If you had conversations with the coaching staff in spring training, they might tell you, hey, Craig, I know you think we're going to win 95 games. We got major issues with this lineup, and we have major issues when it comes to this outfield logjam, too.
Don't you have to wonder if Jason Varitek, who played in 1,500 major league games,
Yeah, but was he a winner?
may have looked at this and thought, oh, no.
I've seen what a World Series team looks like.
You mean the guy that actually took notes and went over them with pictures?
It was just busy working at the end, though, right? They weren't even. Yeah.
See, computers do it differently, though. They don't consider the human element. We don't need Jason because he relies too much on human film.
Like, Brez, dude.
We'll keep the drive line guy.
I was pretty good at this. I was pretty good at playing baseball. I was pretty good at communicating. I mean, Veritek, when it came to teammates, when it came to pitchers that he worked with.
You sure? Wasn't he captain?
I mean,
he was captain.
He was also this C on his jersey. First time ever in a Red Sox and first Red Sox uniform to ever have that thing.
You know what?
Right?
Maybe he can come back as an interpreter.
Was he
Maybe that's the move for
Was
him.
he super vocal? Was he loud, brash? No, not at all. He's more of a quiet type, but a guy who was able to connect with a lot of different players over the course of his career.
You know what? They got bothered by guys like Jim Rice coming around too, just sticking his nose.
Right,
in things,
right. Get out of here, Jim Rice. What do you know?
You stupid veterans, alumni, guys just hanging on, living through the current players.
Well, to be an interpreter, you also have to speak nerd.
Well, that's an excellent point. I know you say that. That's not even a joke. You've got to be able to explain things to Breslow in a manner that he understands it. And I don't know that person exists.
You know who does? Milliken. Milliken could talk wacko nerd, and he could talk normal to us. And Milliken be the perfect interpreter instead of taking his shirts off for pictures.
Right, but one of the strengths of Breslow was supposed to be that he played Major League Baseball. He's been in a clubhouse, and he can do both. That obviously is far.
No, he can't.
I just wonder how bad, by the way, the Devers stuff actually was. You know, in the communication there, and him leaving spring training originally, and how pissed off he was. And I know Cora was supposed to smooth some of that stuff over.
Well, that meeting,
but the front office and the lack of communication that whole offseason must have been outrageous.
Could you imagine
based on all the stuff we're hearing about Breslow?
Could you imagine
now?
being the four of them in that room in St. Louis when they flew out with Henry to talk to him?
So the part about
two interpreters you needed.
Theo being upset, but also in addition to that, is the team in a better spot now than when they hired Craig Breslow?
No.
Isn't that shocking that you can even ask that question?
You can answer it quickly. You don't have a major league hitter. You don't have like a core major league hitter, like a 3 or 4 guy. You don't have that guy. You historically had it for the last 24 years. You had some of the most devastating 3-4 combos. You had leadoff hitters. You had guys that you even kind of feared that would hit 6th and 7th. The Trot Nixons of the world, the J.D. Drews. Those players don't exist with this team, this organization anymore. There's kids that go probably to the ballpark that don't recognize half the people on the team. That's how out of touch they are with the reality of the average fan today. Like, you've changed the way you play baseball here.
Let's pick up your calls on the Sox, on the Patriots items we have already discussed. It is June 1st. Could A.J. Brown be here and be a Patriot this afternoon after 4 p.m.? That's in the mix. It's where we started the day. Do want to eventually today get to the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. If you watched a Game 7 over the weekend between the Spurs and the what?
No, look at it.
Hell of a tease.
Jesus.
Wow. You have some thoughts on that? Okay. So he's got thoughts on the NBA. We'll get to that in a little while. But more of your calls. Your calls on the way next.
Zolak and Bettle, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
617-779-0985. Let's grab your calls. Mike is in the truck on A.J. Brown. Mike.
Hey, guys. First of all, I wanted to say thank you because I actually used Deanne Van Lines for my recent move. It was one of the best moves ever, so thank you for the recommendation. I also wanted to talk about A.J. Brown. The Eagles do not need to move A.J. Brown right away. They could hold out for the right price, and the Patriots are just sitting around thinking that it's okay. If you want your player, go get him. Like, go get your guy. If that's your guy, go get him. But this whole, I don't want to donate a first-round pick is kind of, BS. Just go get your guy. You know what I mean?
What if they already offered that 3 months ago and it was agreed upon? But you have to wait.
No, I get what Mike, I get what you're saying, though. You're saying in theory, if this is still up in the air, legitimately up in the air, and they haven't talked in weeks, like
imagine if he loses out to a team
said,
that gives him a 2 and a player. Like, that'd be asinine.
Nice shout out to Deanne Van Lines there as well. Dead and the crew.
Yeah, we only deal with the best here.
Best of the best.
Yep.
But I know what he means. He's saying if, in theory, this is really still up in the air and they haven't done it, and they've got to resume their talks today, let's get some food,
Speaking of food, I went to a Jack and Jill thing yesterday. We've talked about this here before. standing inside a couple guys. When we all lose our balls, okay, that was kind of the topic of discussion because I said, look around. Look at the balloons. Look at the cake. Look at the gifts. Look at the food that's presented. Look how dainty it is. We shouldn't be here, but we're here. I don't think the groom was for it either. I think it was nice that the mother invited because like it's family and they haven't seen a family in a while.
What is the relationship of you to the people getting married?
Cousin.
They're your whose cousin?
Amy's first cousin.
Her first cousin is getting married, or
No,
her first cousin's
son.
kids?
Her first cousin's son.
Okay, so her first cousin's kids.
And they don't live around here, and they're back in. We were in for a wake the other day, and it kind of combined it. So it was
What a
I
gift
understood.
grab that is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Seen it once, seen it
like,
a million times.
Every food was like a different type of
At least you got a
salad.
lunch out of it,
You
dude.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like steak and burgers.
Oh, what'd you
It
get?
was different salads.
All salads?
Salads.
Just a variety of salads? What the hell kind
Potato
of
salad,
catering?
pasta salad,
fruit
regular
with feta.
salad,
Chicken salad.
Fruit with feta. They had a waffle station, though.
Oh,
But you can't have waffle.
Well, that's nice.
that.
But even like the cups with the rosé and the Chardonnay and that, like little fancy.
Sounds like a time. I don't know what the problem is
Oh, it's a
here.
good time. It's great cake. Nice cake.
I'm going to level with you. I'm having a tough time feeling sympathy. A lot of tough talk about 6 months
There's
ago.
no reason
about
for
you
a
going
dude to
Jack
go
and
to
Jill's.
any
You're
wedding
up into
shower.
2
So
in the
yeah.
last month.
Yeah.
You're getting married. Are you gonna
I know
you
who's
gonna
been to
do
more
one of
Jack
those?
and Jill's than I've ever been to. Scott Zolak.
Yeah. And
A lot of tough
my kids
talk
get
over
married
there.
next year. She ain't having a Jack and Jill. That's for sure. My sister's throwing it. No dudes.
No, dude.
Jeff Howell started this stuff. Didn't he?
This is what happened.
First Jack and
And
Jill
this
I ever heard
happened
of
like a
was
decade
Jeff
ago.
Howell's.
I forget. Was it a? It was.
Jeff
Was
Howell.
it a
Michael,
baby shower? Was it before his kids were born?
I don't. Yeah.
He was like, "What'd you do this weekend?" I was like, "Oh, I saw Jeff, whatever." It was a Jack and Jill shower. It was nice. This guy flipped out on me. Flipped out. I'm like, "What do you mean? It was a good time." Yeah, I saw a bunch of friends from college. What's the problem?
Where's his gift? What did he get for a gift?
I don't remember. I'm sure it was great.
Do you have one? Don't sit
And he's
there
been
laugh.
stuck on this point for a decade. Now he's a regular at these things.
Yes, it's
One.
every week.
Which one?
You're up to 2.
What was the other one?
A couple months ago, you went to 1.
Down in Connecticut.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like 2 months
that's
ago.
right.
Yeah. Oh, 8 weeks ago.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it just happened. You've been to 2 this
Across
spring,
state
pal.
lines to go to one.
I'm
Yeah.
on a heater. And then I get there, I'm like, what am I doing here?
I don't know.
They got like white jeans on, nice shirt. Like, this ain't me.
Actually, that is you.
Actually, that is you, dude.
is-
I don't know why you think
Yeah.
this isn't
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. That's nice stuff.
Hey, you getting married? Huh? You doing
Yeah.
those?
Look at you.
You're doing look at you.
Yeah.
Yes, this is
What are you doing? What are you doing the wedding
Look
night?
at you.
What are you
doing
your
wedding
wedding
night,
night?
huh?
That's good.
Class it up.
Is she pregnant now? No.
Got watermelon and feta all over his face.
I know. Flipped over. Let's put strawberry and feta together. Like,
That sounds delightful.
Can we get to more of these calls that have been waiting? Thank you.
He could not wait.
I know he just
to talk
blew
about
up
You're
a
not having
segment
one. You're not
talking
having
about
one, right?
this.
She's not having one, right? Jack and Jill for you guys, right?
I don't think so, no.
Well, you,
I can
but
only
I
go-
should have
I
a
have
say.
to, I have to show up.
You should have a say.
Maybe we'll open it up.
No. You show up at the end of it. You
Collect the
The
gifts.
courtesy is the
Pack
final
the
30
car.
minutes.
Exactly.
You show up to say hi to everybody.
Right.
And you go pack the car. That's what you do.
Put the non-stick pans.
Are you going to sit there
in
and
the
serve
back
salad? Are you going to serve salad temperatures with tongs?
I don't know. Maybe
and then
we'll
drive
open
it
up
right
to a
on
Jack
down
and
to the
Jill.
Foxborough Community Center and drop off the blenders.
I saw
All right?
an article about that.
Tom's and Quincy on the Red Sox. And
Hi, Tom.
Theo, what's up?
What's going on, guys? Hey, Beal, it's funny. Hasn't been much to be happy about in Red Sox Nation this season. I can honestly say when McCone was reading the Healy story, the smile he had on his face, I don't know, unbeknownst to him or not, is the same smile I had on my face hearing it. Because as a person that has made, I don't even know how many calls into this station about my hate of analytics and my hatred of the people that follow strict analytics with no personal involvement at all. No eye test. We're not allowed to say eye test anymore. We're called old. We don't really know baseball. You got to know about the BABIP and the FABIP and every other thing, right?
Yeah.
So when Theo, because he's been very, very quiet, and anytime I've ever mentioned, why don't we hear more from Theo if he's part of Fenway Sports Group and stuff? Like, why isn't he coming out and speaking about the situation with Breslow? All I ever get back from people is like, well, obviously you don't know what you're talking about because Breslow is his guy. I'm like, being his guy or not his guy only goes so far when the team absolutely underperforms to the fact that it's at a historic pace. So when Theo comes out and says the things he says and is disappointed in the things that Beetle, me and you have actually spoken about, that to me is great news. It also, I love the fact that it's coming up now because I think McComb might have mentioned this too. Does he just pipe in and go, you know what? I can't let Breslow be here to run this deadline, so either let me take it over or get some other effing nerd that has a little bit of social skills in here to try to figure something out to better this team. Maybe for the future, not this season.
All right. Appreciate it. I agree with you. Hearing this today does make me happy. It does perk me up just a little bit to think, oh, they're going to do something. Oh, they're getting rid of this guy. Oh, they're going to do it. They're going to sink him. They're going to sack him like that manager they fired over in Liverpool. What's that?
Oh, somebody arrived at home.
How come the phone is still on? It's 11:46. Usually you've already had something happen to silence it.
Happened right away. Started the show.
I know. Whoa.
A.J. Brown Day.
Oh, A.J. Brown Day. So you keep the ringer on.
Yeah.
Just got invited to another Jack and Jill.
Yeah. RSVP.
Again, the statement when they dumped the manager over there with Liverpool FC, they said, we have collectively come to the conclusion that change is necessary in order for the club to keep moving forward. It must be stressed that this is not a decision which has been reached lightly. Anything but. How about that? We must move forward. How about that? We have to be better, saying that the conclusion we have come to is built on a belief that the team's trajectory is best addressed through a change of direction. What's his name? Arne Slot is the guy's name. That does not diminish the work done here or the respect we have for him, nor is it a reflection of his talents. They say all these nice things.
We wish him well.
But they say two things: that their trajectory needs to be better, and they're changing course because they need the trajectory to be better, and that they have collectively come to the conclusion that change is necessary in order to keep the club moving forward. How could they say that there and then not say the same about this guy?
That's kind of where we're headed.
How about Breslow?
That's kind of where we're heading. You got a bigger sampling now.
He's on his way
valid.
out.
Yeah.
They're going
Talking about an interpreter to deliver his message. Isn't it over?
When you fire him, do you have to tell the interpreter to tell him?
That's a good point.
Right.
And Henry's going to need to break out big dollars to get the right GM here. He's going to have to pay an executive real big money to attract someone to take the job. Don't forget, Craig Breslow was only the 12th candidate.
Is there a Dave Dombrowski Jr.?
I mean, he got the job because he was willing to take the job. It was so unattractive in the sport that they were begging guys to take interviews. They didn't get him because he was coveted. Right. They got him because he was willing to say yes to the team that he had once played for.
The best you've had is Dave Dombrowski here over the years. Like, I know Theo was good, but
Theo is the absolute best.
Theo was, but I'm talking post-Theo. Because Theo's not going to be the guy again. We know that. He doesn't want to be a... Is there a Dave Dombrowski Jr.? Because you're not getting Dave back here. But is there a guy like Tim that's got balls to say, here's the paycheck, I'm going out, I'm getting this guy. Outside of the Dodgers. The Dodgers, they operate in a different land. You'll never be them. You kind of were once when you spent. Now you're cracking back on spending. And if you're really going to operate this way, have Tampa's payroll. What the hell are you doing in the 200s then? If you're going to operate this way and have no mega stars.
I just like the ebbs and flows part. His communication ebbs and flows with Theo, Craig Breslow, that is. Is that his fault or Theo's? And you know what? I don't know that it's all Craig Breslow's fault there.
Yeah. There's a lot of unread text.
Theo's one of those guys, I think you've heard enough stories over the years. He can shut it down a little bit and be a little bitchy, with people. With people that work with him.
Yeah.
He might just be at the point where he's like, I'm not talking to this. I'm not talking to this idiot. I'm not answering his text.
We're not doing that.
I can't communicate with him. I don't even know
today. I'm not doing this today with him. Right? No. Leaving this guy unread. See you later.
Don't you hate that too?
Probably blocked his number at times. Exactly. I'm not.
All my texts green now.
Like, you get those texts and like, oh, it's from this a-hole you don't want to hear from, and I just keep it open because I don't want it to be read. I don't want them to see that I saw it, so I just let it just fester. It's gonna be like that with Breslow. Oh God, Breslow texted again.
Oh, this guy. Oh, this effing stiff.
Yeah, this spoon.
Thanks, Brez. Yeah, effing stiff. I mean, just the best. That story doesn't get enough credit. The effing stiff story. You were about to say, Tim?
Well, do you think this job is now more attractive?
God, no.
Or less attractive?
Oh, God, no. Are you crazy? No, he's damaged them, and their prospects have not panned out, which is like,
that's the
oh,
scary part.
dear Lord, what's left there?
Right, you had the loaded farm system when he was coming in.
You want to come here and be the GM of a young superstar who can't deal with any pain? Can't play with soreness? Ellsbury 2.0? No, thanks. BUST.
They were a better destination a year ago than they are right now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just facts.
That's not debatable. Yeah.
They're a better destination 12 months ago than they are at this point in time. They are definitely not a desirable place. That's why I said what I said. Like, Henry's going to have to write a big check to say, listen, I need you. I understand I need you, and I'm going to make you rich. You know, the type of thing that he was going to do with Billy Bean back in the day.
Come to Boston.
Billy, what's the number?
Yeah. Come to Boston. You get to play with Crochet and Roman Anthony, if they ever play, on some days. That Crochet thing looks good, huh? 15 days, right?
I mean, look, that number that you pay that new CBO is going to be a lot less than the money that you've wasted on this year's team.
Absolutely.
Then you're going to get trash. You have to pay to get a good guy to come in here.
And Theo should be the guy in charge of finding him, not John Henry. Theo is in charge of finding the next guy, the next CBO. And he's laying the groundwork to make sure that it's going to happen. He's going to... Here comes the axe. They're going to fire this guy, blow him out. Then Theo will run the deadline. And then he's going to hire a new GM. He's going to get to do all the fun stuff. And I'd be like, no, I'm not doing the day-to-day. I'm not meeting with the scouts. Get lost. That's your job. You deal with that. Just wheeling and dealing at the deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting in there again. Remember what it feels like. You guys know that I traded Nomar? Huh? You guys know that about me? Huh?
Somebody called.
Paul's in Connecticut. What's up, Paul? You there?
Hello.
Hey, Paul. Go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, the biggest boneheaded moves that Breslow made was trading Harrison to the Brewers. He's going to be an all-star this year and probably for 10 years. And last year at the deadline, trading Tibbs, who's tearing up the PCL right now and is going to be a superstar, to the Dodgers for Dusty May. That trade was probably the worst trade in the last since 1990 when we traded Jeff Bagwell to the Astros for Larry Anderson for the playoff stretch run. It's a very similar trade, and look what Bagwell did in his career. And Tibbs probably would do the same thing, tearing up the PCL right now. So, anyways, that's all I got to say. And it was both trades were horrible.
Okay. Well, talk to me about Tibbs when he's playing in the MLB and not the PCL. Okay, number one.
That's my PCL. I heard my PCL once. Post-collateral ligament.
And all those pitchers that were involved in in the Devers deal, including Kyle Harrison. Yeah, I don't think that one, after those guys have moved on, is looking good for Brez. I don't think that any of that is going well for him. How many home runs does Devers have this month? You see 5? He hit any over the weekend?
Let's see.
Check in on that. He's now figured out how to hit again, which is great for him. Great for the Giants.
Oh, weather's getting nicer.
I'll also consider a move to San Francisco, T-Bone. I don't know if I told you that. I mean, it's not...
Nah.
No? It's not L.A. It's not San Diego. San Diego's my preference. That's where I'd really like to go. But I'll not consider it.
It's more beach-worthy.
They're off your no movement list?
Yeah. Yeah, my no trade clause has exceptions for those cities.
Too steep.
What?
Too steep.
A lot of hills.
Yeah.
A lot of hills.
Yeah, a lot of hills. Yeah. But no winter. No real winter.
Yeah.
Which, that's what I'm looking for. No real winter in my next stop. I don't want to do that anymore. I hate winter. I always have.
I think it's pretty at Christmas.
Yeah, well, it's great. I can visit at Christmas time.
What if, like, the sunrise market comes? Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, gone. See ya. Easy one. Yeah, why even bring that up, T-Bone? That's not even a debate. I don't even have a debate there. All right, we'll get to headlines here at the top of the hour. Mike Vrabel received a loud ovation last night in Worcester. Worcester loves Vrabel.
It wasn't my fault. Don't blame me and Maurice.
You didn't ask for the standing ovation this time?
What are you referring to, Scott? I don't remember that.
All the flack we took after that. Hope Worcester gets it.
Well, I think it was organic last night is what it was. It was organic. You guys were trying to force it. Trying to raise the roof.
Make some noise.
We'll talk about that coming up in a couple of minutes. It's next.